My client Olivia was making $2,000 every single month in her business for 24 months straight. That's 2 years, y'all. Within 1 month of working with me, actually 3 weeks technically, she actually generated $12,000, and she only focused on one thing. I'm going to talk about it in this video and even break it down into 3 specific strategies that you can use to position yourself to get paid more. Now, if you have a high value level of expertise and experience, you are in this space where you look at your bank account sometimes and you're like, okay, the math is not mathing. Why am I not making the amount of money that I really desire and deserve to be making for the high value skill set and talent and expertise and insights that I have? Well, you could be doing this wrong, and this is what she was doing, so that you can step into your next 6 figures too, and you can shine all the way to the bank. But most importantly, so that you stop having this feeling where you're looking at your bank account and you're like, okay, I know that I have a high value level of expertise and experience, knowledge and insights, and I'm pouring it out into the world, but I'm not receiving what I need to receive. And no, we're not just doing this for the money, but getting the money that you need to create the life that you desire is going to help you be able to show up more powerfully and continue doing the thing that you love, and continue doing it from a place where it feels expansive. I don't care what nobody say. If you keep showing up for something and it's not pouring into you ever at the level that you really desire and you deserve for it to, you will start to come to this place of resentment. It will start to affect your energy when you show up to do content, when you show up to do videos. You will have this desperation in calls with clients. You'll start accepting any and every client. You'll have this energy that will not be magnetic. It will actually be repelling the people that you want. I am of the belief that you need to do the work that you are here to do, work with the people that you're here to work with, have the message that you're here to have, and do it in a way that allows you to have the lifestyle that you need, so that you feel excited and expansive when you show up in said career, business, all the things. So I want to share this with you. I want to break this down, because truly this is how myself and my clients have been able to go from having our skill set bring us a paycheck, of which we kind of like don't control, right? People gonna pay you, they're gonna give you a raise. What is it, a 2% annual raise or whatever the annual raise is? And it's just like, okay, I can take my skill set and keep getting a paycheck that maybe gives me a 1 to 2% raise, hopefully. Or I can take that skill set, I can package it, and I can create a business and a brand using that talent, that experience, those insights, and that intellect that I've gained and I've invested in and I've allowed to grow, and I can use that to help others and create more impact, but also create more income for yourself, for your family, etc., and create a multiple 6-figure business and brand. So I'm going to break down how myself and my clients have been able to do this, so that you can do it too, and you can do it in a way that cuts the time. Okay, you don't have to make some of the mistakes that I made or that they made, right? And you can do it in a way that allows you to feel purposeful but still powerful, and do it in a way that's profitable too. It doesn't matter how good you are at what you do. If you do not know how to powerfully position it, then you're going to be someone who does something really, really great. Nobody knows about it. You're another hidden secret. Okay, you are your industry's best kept secret. You are hiding behind a curtain of self-doubt, of misaligned messaging, of lacked in luster marketing, like all the things. So if you're going to build a multiple 6-figure brand, you are going to have to learn how to powerfully present and position your expertise. Women who understand this, they know how to showcase their expertise. They know how to showcase their knowledge and their skills and their experience in a way that truly resonates with their audience, in a way that allows them to be able to highlight the most powerful parts of their work and be able to position why someone should be paying. Insert your price points. The truth of the matter is, our world is noisy. No matter what industry you're in, I've worked with women across multiple industries. What it is that you do, you are going to have to understand how to differentiate it to your audience. You can't just wait until they get on a sales call with you to do it, or until they're in your DMs to do it, or until they're watching your presentation to do it. Because sis, they won't even get to that point. You have to make sure up front you are positioning yourself so that they see why I should be paying attention to you versus someone else. Why should I be listening to you versus someone else? Why should I be paying you versus someone else? And so if you are not positioning yourself as powerfully as you could be, I actually want to invite you to my free 3-day money-making messaging program. I love every time I run this boot camp, because I get to work with you completely free, y'all, completely free for 3 days. I am your coach, and I get to show you how how to amplify your positioning. Positioning is the name of the game. If you want to be paid more, if you want to command more of the clients that you desire, if you want to command more of the rates that you desire and that you deserve, sis, you need to amp up your positioning game. You could be like my client Olivia, who was making $2,000 and made $12,000 in our first month of working together. You could be like my client Dorianne, who literally went from $3,000 sales to making $30,000 in about 20 something days. It's all because of the positioning. If you are not feeling like you're positioning yourself as powerful as you could be, I want you to hit the link in the description below to join us. I'm going to spend 3 days with you to show you how to amplify your positioning game. Cause sis, that's where it's at. The profit is in the positioning. Couple things you want to think about to amplify your positioning and your presentation of what it is that you do. First and foremost, you're going to have to understand what uniquely is the thing that you help clients with. And you need to be able to understand how to talk about it in multiple ways, not in a way that confuses people, but be able to hit at certain points that is going to resonate with your audience the most so that they understand, well, why am I coming to you for this thing? You see, Olivia was amazing at what she does, but she just struggled when it came to effectively positioning that work. When that happens, you're not able to effectively position yourself as powerfully as you could. But once we revamped her positioning language and we showed her how to insert that into all of her content, into her copy, into her presentations, into her key marketing and visibility and sales activities, then she was able to start attracting the clients who resonated with what it is that she was sharing. Being able to convey your true value and what it is that that thing does for your clients is super important. And if you can't nail that, nothing else matters. I don't care what ads you're doing. I don't care how visible you are. I don't care if you post 5 times a day or 50 times a day. And when you can't convey that, yes, the clients are going to ask, why am I paying her this amount for this? She doesn't seem to be an expert at this. She doesn't seem to be knowledgeable at that. So what you want to do is you want to highlight what your unique proposition is. What is the thing that you help your clients with? How do you deliver that? And so I'm going to be breaking that down inside of day 1 of the Money Making Messaging Bootcamp, which you can join for free. It's 3 days so that we can amp up your positioning game. So don't forget to hit that link in the comments below. But the thing about it is, it's not just being able to articulate that. You also want to have some social proof. And one of my favorite things that I get to do with clients is, we actually did this last week, but working with my clients on helping them identify who they work with, past and present clients. And I know they always come in, Kira, I haven't had enough clients yet. Kira, I've only worked with people for free. Listen, what really transformed things for Olivia was being able to understand how to effectively position and present what it is that she does. And so day 1 of the Money Making Messaging Bootcamp, we literally are diving in. We are diving into this area because I need you to understand this. So get your pen and paper. What is the unique thing that you do for your clients? What is the thing that you help your clients do? And what's the unique way that you do it? So we're going to go through that on day 1. But most importantly, you need to understand this. When a client has to make a decision about paying you versus you versus you versus you, and the things start to sound the same and feel the same, and nothing feels different, nothing feels unique, they're not going to make a solid decision on, wait, this person stands out, I'm going there. When they make that decision, I hope that they make it to you. And so we want to get your positioning language to a point where it does that, where your messaging is pre-selling for you, where you're positioning yourself for the clients that you desire. And when you shift this, you will change how your clients see you, how your audience sees you. And it's so funny because I have clients all the time who ask themselves, what really is a thing that I do? Why is it unique? And there's sometimes a mindset thing with that, but here's what I know. The more clarity that you get, the more confidence you get. So when I get to fine tooth comb with client, the unique thing that they do for their clients, and I show them how to position that, whether they've been in business for 2 years or 20 years, because literally today I was talking to a client of mine, she's actually been in business for 20 years, so she's had hundreds of clients at this point, and being able to showcase to her 20 years in the game, hey, are we talking about this in your messaging? Are you positioning that? It's the difference between you adding a comma. It's the difference between you adding an extra 0, and I'm not talking about a 0 after the decimal point. I'm talking about a 0 after the commas, okay? So make sure that you join us inside the 3-day Money Making Messaging Bootcamp. This is a free program where I get to truly work with you, and I cannot wait to dive into this area with you because I geek out on this part. Because really what it's all about, sis, is banking your credibility. I see so many women hold themselves back from showing up as powerfully, or for positioning themselves for certain pitches, or for like adding a 0 to their prices, or things that just keep them in a place where they're playing smaller and undercharging. And it's all because they know they're great at what they do, and when their clients come behind the scenes, their clients love them. them and rate them. We could look at your past and present client testimonials and see that. But the thing about it is, when you go raise your prices, when you're wanting to 2 to 5x or 10x your revenue, your sales, when you're wanting to pitch yourself for bigger deals, you have to understand what's those next level positioning points that you need to be talking about. We're going to dive into that in day 1. Make sure you join us inside the 3-day money making messaging bootcamp. Now, here's another common strategy that I dive into with my clients to help them step into their 6-figure shine. And it's being able to develop a deep client connection. You can be amazing at what you do, and you can even talk about it really, really well. But if you're talking about it to the wrong audience, what is it doing? They'll never value it. They'll never buy it. They will always discount it. They'll always want a discount, I should say, or discredit it. They won't ever get it. But when you are talking to the exact individuals who do see that value, who you don't have to convince and prove yourself to, it's magical. How do we do that? We get to know your next level, most ideal clients, your most aligned audience on a deeper level. There's actually a process that I take my clients through. I've taken them through it for years. Literally, I have other leaders and coaches in the industry who pay me to come in to teach this to even their clients. It is gold, and I cannot wait to dive into it. I actually will be diving into it on day 2 of the Money Making Messaging Bootcamp, so make sure that you hit that link below to join us. But in short, a part of you positioning yourself, right, from number 1, positioning yourself to get paid, is not only being able to understand how do I communicate the highest points, the most powerful points of what it is that I do in a unique way, but who am I speaking to? Who am I targeting? And if you're targeting 5 different people, 10 different people, sis, that's going to be different. But if you are very clear on who exactly you are speaking to, you will be able to now create messaging, right, tailored to that individual, to the point where your people are like, how was she in the shower with me? Was she in the car with me? Was she reading my journal? How does she know I just said that to my best friend? We want you to be on that level. I want you to feel like, oh my goodness, one of my clients, Dorian, she messaged me and she was like, here, literally my people are asking me, how am I in their heads? And so I cannot wait to break down this strategy with you, because this is so important. Like, literally, I geek out in this area. And so us getting really intimate with your clients so that you can create this deeper connection is going to be magical. Because here's the thing, sales is connection. That's it. Messaging, it's connection. You need messaging to sell, okay? And so you need to establish that level of connection. And I'm not talking about surface level connection. I'm talking about deeper levels of connection, because this goes back to the positioning point. If you are able to connect with your client through copy or your content, or when you're presenting in person at an event, whatever it is, on or offline, when you're able to establish that level of connection, that sales opportunity is going to be taken to the next step, versus someone who sticks very surface level, where there's no connection. I'm gonna forget about you the moment I swipe. I don't even want to keep reading. I don't even want to keep listening, because there's no connection that's been made. So I'm going to show you how to create that connection on a deep level that literally magnetizes your client, so that your work starts to be pre-sold to them. They're selling themselves into it with these high impact messaging nuggets that we are putting out. And I even think about my client Dorian a little bit further, because sometimes my clients feel like, Kira, my audience is not big enough, or Kira, I think I have to change my whole audience, or Kira, I haven't talked to my audience in a while. She had not sent out any communications, any emails or anything like that to her audience in, I think it was 2 months, I believe she said. And so I shared with her, don't worry about that. Because here's the thing, and I'm giving y'all a little bit of the taste. The reality is, a lot of y'all have audiences that are full of misaligned clients. They're not actually your most ideal clients, right? They've just come in because you've been using certain messaging and doing things and having tactics that bring them in, and they bring the wrong people. So what I actually hope you do is, all those other people, we're not worried about them. It's actually, you know how, like, I can't think of the movie that I'm thinking about, but you know how when you like see something and there's like nobody else in the room, it's only that person. Like, if you're a Titanic girl, okay, Titanic is like, I don't even know, 20 some years, 30 years, I don't know how old. I can remember watching Titanic in my grandmother's den. There's a scene where like she's like walking up and Jack is like by the clock and he turns around and there's nobody else present. But it's kind of just like, there's nobody else in the room, right? There's only you. I think about when people tell love stories and they're like, I fell in love with her in that moment, or him in that moment, whatever it is, and there was nobody else in the room. They couldn't hear anybody else, because you're so in tune with that person. You're so connected with that person. Imagine your messaging being able to do that in a crowded space. Imagine all this social media, all this content, all these reels, all these TikTok, all these things, and that individual gets to your stuff and you're their Jack. You're there like, oh, Like they're just literally only looking at you. I want you to imagine that in a pitch deck when they look at your pitch versus everybody else's. I want you to imagine that when they're deciding between speakers, hiring you or someone else for a keynote. I want you to imagine that when a client is growing through social and looking to hire a coach or consultant or a service provider for something, or they're going through Google online or YouTube or whatever it is, and they're like, do I consume her content or her content? Like, I want you to truly think about that. And it was so powerful to watch Dorianne do that. And literally, I remember her having nine women like, hey, I want to do a call with you. And she even had put the price in there, like, hey, this is going to be a 4-figure investment. You need to have at least $3,000 to join. And 9 women like, yep. So she had felt like, oh my God, I'm not showing up for my people. I'm not even sure if they're the right people. I might need to start my whole audience new. I'm like, no, use the strategies that we're going to create. I promise you, like, let's just like trust it. And then you go put that out, and then you have 9 individuals in less than 24 hours, right? The next day telling you, listen, I'm raising my hand. I already know the price point. I want to have a conversation with you. I want to be in, etc., etc. Some already in, etc. So I want you to know that you can get to that level of depth with your clients if you have this, what we're going to be going through in day 2. So I cannot wait to dive into it. Make sure that you join us in the Money Making Messaging Bootcamp. So once we have those positioning points, the most powerful parts of your work, and then we have that deeper client clarity, right? From day 1, day 2, when I'm working with clients, right? Inside of Money Making Messaging Bootcamp and just in my overall work, then we step into this next thing. The third strategy for you to position yourself to be powerfully paid is now putting this out, infusing this high impact messaging, this expansive magnetic messaging into every part of your marketing, your visibility, and your sales efforts. Now, I've done videos before where I talk about like the concept of a salad, right? And how it's all about the ingredients you put in a salad. I said, listen, I like crunchy salads. This is what it is. The messaging that you put into the strategies is going to determine its performance. Too many people spend a lot of their time and their energy on, well,
what sales funnel should I do? What type of content should I create? What strategy should I be using? Should I be doing DMing? Should I be doing sales calls? Should I be doing live events? Should I be doing in-person events or virtual events? Should it be 2 days? Should I do a webinar? Should I do paid ads? Should I keep doing organic? Should I do YouTube videos? Should I do a podcast?
When you realize, wait a minute, the thing that goes into every single one of these strategies is actually my messaging. And I'm going to show you how we're going to take from day 1 those powerful ways that you're going to reposition yourself. We're going to take that deeper level of client clarity that, we're going to bring that together. And now we're going to infuse that into your next level, high impact, magnetic, expansive messaging so that you can magnetize the clients that you really want to be working with, command the rates that you really want, and position the work that you do as powerfully as it should be so that you can have price points that match you. My work is powerful. Should my pricing be just as powerful? Yes, they should. So that is a third thing, is us infusing this and bringing this together. And really specifically, we're putting it into your copy. We're putting it into your content. We're putting it into your sales conversations. We're putting it into your sales presentations. You want to make sure that you are infusing this into your brand assets and your marketing assets and all the things. And I'm actually going to break down with you inside of the Money Making Messaging Bootcamp where specifically you can identify that you want to put yours first. You don't need to be like, oh my God, I want to put them in all 10 things. Okay, hold on. I'm all about execution, implementation. The information without the implementation is nothing. So how now are we taking this and infusing it so that you can identify for you specifically, okay, I'm putting it in here, I'm putting it in here this month, okay, next month I'm putting it here, etc., etc. If you feel like you are like doing marketing, doing social media, doing sales things, and you feel like you're wasting your time, you're only wasting your time because you're not getting the result on the back end that you want. That's it. If you had a tried and true message, money making message, okay, that you knew that you could use over and over again and insert it into said visibility, marketing, and sales strategies, you could show up more confident, you could show up more clear, you could show up more consistent for those things, and those things could show up consistently for you. If you're putting a mediocre, misaligned message into a funnel, for example, I see so many women spend so much time like, oh my God, my funnels, my emails, my ads, my this, my that. They're not working. No, the messaging you're putting in, it doesn't work. Now, yes, we could talk about like, okay, is the strategy you're specifically using for you? Because like for me, I don't love webinars, right? And that's the story for another day. If you want to know about it, put it in the comments or just shoot me a DM. I'm happy to talk to you about it. I talk to my clients. I don't love the energy and vibe of like webinars. There was a point where webinars were like the thing and I like totally resist. I was like, So the strategy of the thing may not be the thing that aligns with you. But then when I would do my events or master classes and things like that, they would feel so much more expansive, so much more like me, so much more authentic. I could connect with people. I love like live connecting. I love loving on you. I am all about providing individual messaging support. I'm all about being a true messaging consultant and sales messaging strategist for you. I don't do a lot of the cookie cutter like, okay, well, like everybody follow this one thing. No, for you, You tweak this. Okay, for you, you tweak that. Okay, for you, you tweak this. It's been so amazing to watch the women who've been in my past money making messaging boot camps get like, oh my goodness, I have this nugget that you just gave me, like literally is worth gold. I've had women tell me, Kira, I just paid for a $2,000 program and your free thing was like so worth it, more than that. And so I love that women get that level of value. So none of this matters if you don't implement it. So the third part of this is taking those positioning points. It's taking that deeper client clarity and it's knowing exactly how to infuse it into your messaging so that you can amplify your marketing and your sales. And what you want to do, little tip extra, you want to then create more relatable content. You want to then be able to create a couple of key, whether you're calling them lead magnets or enrollment events or just key experiences where your client now gets to take those positioning points and apply them and assess them for themselves and see where they may need support so that they can come into you for that next level of support. But I'm going to break that down even more so that you have hands-on specific, like here's how I would infuse that into your business and your brand inside of day 3 of the Money Making Messaging Bootcamp. So if you want to join us, then go ahead and hit that link below. And I cannot wait to dive into all 3 of these things that I've talked about here, but like more specifics. You'll be able to join us on the calls for actual coaching. You'll be able to have access to the trainings where I go deeper into these elements and I really break them down beyond what I could do in a little short video. And I get to give you hands-on specific feedback. Plus there's going to be some opportunities if you want to be a VIP member where you can get some direct access and we can start working on these things together. Okay, so hit the link below. Join us in the next Money Making Messaging Bootcamp. I am so sorry if you get there and it's locked and it's closed. Listen, I done told y'all, you have to take fast action. So go ahead and join us while there are still spots. If you miss out, I really apologize, but I hope that this did give you some help. Make sure either way that you comment below and let me know what came up for you from this. And specifically, I want to give you a couple questions so that you can assess this for yourself. 1, are you positioning your expertise as powerfully as you know you could? Yes or no? If your answer is no, definitely join us in Money Making Messaging. If your answer is yes, I want you to then ask yourself, okay, could I do a little bit more? Could I amp this up? Everybody, you could. I know you could. So go ahead and join us, okay? Number 2, I want you to ask yourself, am I attracting my most ideal client? Like they're in my DMs, they're in my comments, they're coming to my program, like they're booking calls with me, consultations with me, I'm having conversations with them. Am I attracting them at like frequently? So like once a day, multiple times a day? What about weekly? Is it once a week or multiple times a week? Monthly, like some couple times a month? Or is it like a couple times a year? And now or are you a never? So I just want you to be aware of that for yourself so we know where you're starting, okay? But just take that inventory for yourself. Again, let us know in the comments what your responses are. And then when it comes to your marketing and your sales messaging, do you feel like you're truly selling the power of your product, your service, your program, your offer? Do you feel like you're truly conveying the true value of it? Is it converting for you at the level that you desire? If it's not, then make sure you join us inside the Money Making Messaging Bootcamp. I cannot wait to love on you. We get to interact live. We get to be together. I get to talk to you. We can get on our calls and all the things. I cannot wait to see you. I can't wait to have the trainings and you're going to have the worksheets. I cannot wait to be your coach for a week. I can't wait to consult you on your messaging. I cannot wait to be by your side and get to love on you. Like, this is the thing. This YouTube land, like, it's cool. But listen, I love to love on my people. So I want to talk to you. You know, I can't come to the screen and hug you, but I want to be real close to it. So I cannot wait to have you inside of the program and literally work with you on this inside of your business and your brand now, not later. Make sure you go ahead, hit that link while there are spots. Go ahead and join us. If for some reason you get to the page and it's a wait list and it's closed, then just still put your information there so that you can be caught up if we do run another one again. But I do apologize if you miss out. So go ahead and sign up. And until next time, love, shine, and success in life, business, and everything in between. Make sure you share this video with a biz bestie, a mastermind sister, a woman who you know wants to position herself to be paid even more. She has high value intellect and influence and knowledge just like you. And sis, you don't have to do it alone. I literally did a video. Go watch it next. It's all about 3 traits my clients who hit 6 figures, myself, that we have in common. And one of those traits is do not do it alone. So sis, have yourself and get your gang together. Y'all all come into the program, get coached together. This is going to be amazing. You can do the trainings together, you can do the worksheets together, you can come to the coaching calls together, you can grow together, you can make your money together. Okay, I am so excited. I can't wait to see those of you who are joining us inside the 3-day free Money Making Messaging Bootcamp. The link is in the description below, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, loves.